Hello everyone, and welcome to the Professor's Playbook, the show where I help you get your college writing game on. I'm Dr. Turner, and before I was an author and a professor, I was an undergraduate, writing marginal papers and getting marginal scores, because what I didn't understand was that I was bringing my high school game to the college game. And so I really wasn't succeeding. I was surviving, but I wasn't thriving. And so what I'd like to do in this series of videos is help you learn the importance of the college game. The thing I didn't understand was that the college game wasn't just a game. It was where you practiced your skills and your dispositions to make it in the big leagues, because the big leagues are your life. So what I'll do is each time I'll give you a pro tip, something that I wish I'd have known as a struggling undergraduate writing those marginal papers. Pro tip number 1, you are your words. Now this is going to sound funny. You're going to be like, I'm more than my words. I'm the human being behind the words. I have an internal life and motivations, but when people see us, basically they say our actions and our words. And so if I'm at the park and I decide that somebody gave Mr. Nibbins here the side eye and I don't appreciate it much, and I start hollering obscenities at him, and by the way, I don't like your pit bull, people around, including that person, are gonna think I'm a lunatic, because that's what my words and actions show me to be in that moment. So, how do we make our words represent who we really are and actually the best person we can be? Harder than communicating in person is communicating on the page. When all we have are our words, it's harder to pick up nonverbal cues like a wink or a smile or sarcasm. And so it becomes even more important for you to have a good, solid college game going into the professional work environment. Let me give you some examples of student emails, and you can tell me whether or not these folks have their college game on. We'll be helped here by ProDog, who's going to call score or foul. First email. Hey, so I need help on this assignment. I have no idea what to do. Do you think you can hit me up when you get this? Really need some help. Oh, this is Bob. Just FYI, winky face. Well, if you looked at that email and called foul, you would agree with ProDog here. Why? Well, first off, it's non-specific. So we have no idea what class this person is in and what they're struggling with specifically. Also, this person is coming across as illiterate with the misspellings and the shortened use. This is called a level of formality problem. In the real world, we give respect to get respect. And so we put on our best attire, especially when we don't know someone yet. And so when you reach out to someone you don't know, you put on your best attire. Think of it as going to church or going to the office. Let's try another one. This student writes, Hi, I would like to let you know that I cannot attend this morning. This is the first time I could not make to it since I just got my period last night and I'm a heavy bleeder, which makes me barely move, especially for the first 3 days. If you could spare me this time and allow me to restream and do that, it would be great. Well, if you cried foul, you would be agreeing with ProDog, who's like, what? Too much information. This is the kind of person who overshares, not only in an email, but maybe at a party, maybe in life. So, learning what someone needs to know and doesn't need to know is one of those big league skills that you can practice in college. Let's take a look at this final example. Dear Professor Jones, Now here the professor actually has a name. That's a plus. I apologize for missing your 9:30 a.m. class this morning. I reviewed the syllabus and see that I need to read Chapter 5 in the textbook by tomorrow. In addition to that reading, is there a PowerPoint that I should look over before the next class? Thank you for your time. Joni Anderson, FC 302. Well, if you said that ProDog would cry, score! You are right. Let's take a look at it. The reason why this is moving into the big leagues is because we've used a proper name, we've used proper spelling, it's specific to what class, the person identifies themselves, and this person is taking responsibility for their absence. They don't need to go into some grave detail about their bodily functions or really anything from their personal life in order to communicate responsibility. The last thing I want to say on this pro tip is that we sometimes use language awkwardly. And the reason for that is we have to use language to improve language. And so using language awkwardly doesn't mean you're a terrible person. It means that you're becoming more proficient, hopefully, a little bit every day. That you're starting to think about who you're writing to and what they see when they see your words. That way, you don't just make ProDog happy, you elevate those college level skills that help you succeed in the real game that is your life. So, with that pro tip under your belt, I'm going to forecast a few more things we'll be covering in this series. We'll be learning to determine levels of formality, how to decode your professor's assignments, how to dazzle with precision language, get the right gear for the game, because let's face it, not every class asks for the same kind of game, and you don't want to show up with a badminton racket to a basketball game. So, we'll be looking at those clues to what game you're playing. Finally, we'll be answering your questions. At any time, you can email me at deniseturner.com, and I will do a video to help explore your topic or question, especially if it's highly relevant to other people at our school, community, and hopefully out there eventually in the world. This is Dr. Turner signing off. Get your pro game on.